So let's talk about problem solving, and these are 7 steps that can help you solve any problem. People tend to do 3 things when faced with a problem. They get afraid and uncomfortable and wish it would go away. They feel they have to come up with an answer that has to be the right answer, and they look for someone to blame. But there'll always be problems, and thinking a problem is a problem is the wrong way to look at it. There are 2 main reasons why we tend to see a problem as a problem. It has to be solved and we're not sure how to find the best solution, and there will probably be conflicts about what the best solution is. Most of us are conflict adverse, and we don't deal with conflict well and try to avoid it. The goal of good problem solving is to be conflict friendly and seek the solution inside of the conflict. There are 2 important things to remember about problems and conflicts. They happen all the time, and they are opportunities to improve the system and the relationships. They also provide valuable information on what needs to be fixed and how to fix it. People are natural-born problem solvers, and the biggest challenge to overcome is the tendency to immediately come up with the solution. The most common mistake is trying to find a solution right away. That's a mistake because it tends to put the solution at the beginning of the process when it needs to be at the end. So let's look at the 7 steps of problem solving. Step 1 is identify the issues. Be clear about what the problem is. Remember that different people might have different views of what the issues are. Step 2. Understand everyone's interests. This is a critical step that is usually missing. Interests are the needs that you want to be satisfied by any given solution. We often ignore our true interests as we become attached to one particular solution. The best solution is the one that satisfies everyone's interests. Step 3. List the possible solutions or options. This is the time to do some brainstorming. There may be lots of room for creativity. Step 4. Evaluate the options. What are the pluses and minuses, honestly? Separate the evaluation of options from the selection of options. Step 5. Select an option or options. What's the best option in the balance? Is there a way to bundle a number of options together for a more satisfactory solution? Step 6. Document the agreements. Don't rely on memory. Writing it down will help you think through all the details and implications. The final step is to agree on contingencies, monitoring, and evaluation. Conditions may change. Make contingency agreements about foreseeable future circumstances. If this happens, then what? How will you monitor compliance and follow through? And create opportunities to evaluate the agreements and their implementation. Effective problem solving does take some time and attention, but less time and attention than is required by a problem not well solved. What it really takes is a willingness to slow down. A problem is like a curve in the road. Take it right and you'll find yourself in good shape for the straightaway. Take it too fast and you may not be in good a shape. Working through this process is not always a strictly linear exercise. You may have to cycle back to an earlier step. For example, if you're having trouble selecting an option, you may have to go back to thinking about interests. This process can be used in a large group, between 2 people, or by one person who is faced with a difficult decision. The more difficult and important the problem, the more helpful and necessary it is to use a disciplined process. This is just one example of a method to problem solve things, and I want to give a special thanks to Tim Hicks, who is the author of the article this is based on.